Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, because those are the men that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Yahweh is the true name of the God of Israel. Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one and only true name is Yahushai. And pretty much this video is going to be about the the monkeypox and the state of emergency that was declared in New York City. All right, so Lord willing, you're edified by this video. So this is by abc7ny.com or abc7, channel 7. And it says NYC top 1,600 cases as White House declares monkeypox state of emergency. All right, so this is like the new thing that's going on. Now, keep in mind, you still have the ABC-19, that's still around in the shadows, but this is at the forefront right now, all right? And all these different disease outbreaks, they're what you call pestilences in the scriptures, because that's what a pestilence is. It's a plague, bacterial infection, right? So it says the U.S. declares a public health emergency to bolster the federal response to the outbreak of monkeypox in NYC in New York. It says Jim Dolan has the story. Yep. So I'm just gonna skim through it, but I'll read this top headline. It says the White House declared a health emergency over the monkeypox outbreak on Thursday as 23,000 first dose appointments opened up for bookings in New York City. All right, so people are starting to get this thing. You're starting to see it on TikTok, the YouTube shorts. It's all over the place. These nasty bumps or warts that kind of look like eyes a little bit. It's real disgusting. It's real cringy, to look at, But first they said that it was a pandemic pretty much for sodomites, but now all of a sudden everybody is starting to get this, And this thing is real questionable because it pretty much came out of nowhere. But anyways, let's see what else it's saying. Yep. It says the U.S. on Thursday declared a public health emergency to bolster federal response. Yep. Let's see. Already has. Yep. So 6,600 Americans are infected with this monkeypox outbreak that's going on. All right. And then they give you like the side effects. It says which may cause fever, body aches, chills, fatigue, and pimple-like bumps on many parts of the body. Yep. So this is what's going on. And I'm going to read this last paragraph right here. It says, the declaration comes as the Biden administration has faced criticism over the pace of V's availability for the monkeypox. So now they got a brand new jab. Now they got this jab for the monkeypox, So, you people, you don't get it. You trust in your government. You trust them to get 3 shots or 2 shots and then a booster shot. Now you're going to have to get a shot for this thing, Now, what if you get the shot for the monkeypox and then it activates the side effects from the previous jabs? So there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be put to death, in the coming days and months, because that's what happens, You want to trust in the devil, that comes with pros and cons, all right? And the cons is going to be that you're going to lose your life. You're going to get side effects, which is going to be fatal to your life. So continuing on, it says clinics in major cities like New York and San Francisco say they haven't received enough of the 2-shot V to meet demand. Also, it's 2 shots for this. So, man, you people that's infected, supposedly that are infected, and you get them 2 shots, man, I guarantee you something is going to happen to you. You know, you're going to experience some type of side effect, or you might just drop down dead instantly. You know, we'll see in the coming days or months, but this thing can definitely cause another lockdown, all right? And see, this time, they're not going to be giving out free money like how they did before. They're not going to be giving out free stimulus, because they said they're not giving stimulus checks no more. You know, the fourth one, that was it. You know, unemployment, they're not going to be giving out extra money. All right, all them SBA loans and these different loans and all that, that's not going to happen this time. You know, so you people, you're going to be asked out because Yahweh Shai is not going to be with you. It says, yep, 2-shot jab to meet the demand. Some have had to stop offering the second dose of the jab to ensure supply of first doses. The White House said it has made more than 1.1 million doses of these available and has helped to boost domestic diagnostic capacity to 80,000 tests per week. So, man, this stuff is already pre-planned, and this is all biblical. So let's get into the scriptures briefly. So this is Matthew chapter 24. And as you can see, Matthew chapter 24 deals with what? The return of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So I'm going to read verse 3, and then I'm going to skip down to 7. So Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? All right. So when you go into this word sign, right?
Strong's G 4592, Simeon.
Yep. Sign, mark, token. In other words, it's talking about prophecy, right? It says of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him, which are who? The prophets, all right? Because a lot of you people, you don't think that you're still in biblical times. You know, we're always going to be in biblical times. But the point is, you know, when you read the Bible in this present generation, they act like you're reading like a fairy tale, you know, or like a folklore or something. No, the scriptures is very real. We're living through what is prophesied. All right. We're living through the visions that the prophets receive, and now it's become a reality. It's becoming current events. Now we can see what the prophets was talking about. So it says of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him. All right. Who are the men that the Most High sent? Abba Bivens, Elder Yaquab, King Marshall, you know, High Priest Ariel, the apostles, the elders. All right. The brothers of Great Millstone, first and foremost. All right. As well as the believers worldwide that teach the same exact doctrine that we teach through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. All right. So these things that we've been prophesying about is coming to pass. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is with us. Remember, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, Revelation 19 and 10. So we're the only ones that's going into prophecy. And you see that it's coming to pass. It says, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the Most High's. So we're telling you that America is going to go through an economic collapse. This place is being first destroyed, you know, inside out, you know, economically, financially, you know, it's going through a moral decay. You know, this place is never going to get better. There's always going to be a new disease that's going to come to pass. Why? Because this place will never recover. So let me go back. So it says, what shall be the sign of thy coming, meaning the prophecies, and of the end of the world, all right, meaning the end of this age. So one of the main, you know, signs of the end is that what? 2 Ezra 6 and 9, that the Edomites would be in power. Now, who's the Edomites? The so-called white man and his seed, which are, and it begins with the central bankers on down, all right? So during this present time, right, this is what will be occurring. Now I'm going to skip to verse 7. It says, For nation shall rise against nation. And we're hearing that, right? You see that all over the news. Nuclear talks, nuclear war talks, nations threatening each other, forming alliances. You just have Finland and Sweden, they just joined NATO. It says, and kingdom against kingdom, right? And there shall be famines and pestilences. This is what I want to focus on, pestilences, right? So when you go into this word pestilences, right?
Strong's G 3061. Loimas. Loimas.
And what does that say? It says a plague, literally the disease. All right. So that's why, when I do my videos, you might hear me say disease outbreak, because that's what a pestilence is. It's a disease outbreak. It's a plague. All right. Yep. Pestilence. There you go. So then when you go to Google, you type in pestilence. It says a fatal epidemic disease, especially bubonic plague. And then it gives you all the synonyms: disease, infection. That's what monkeypox is. It's an infection. The ABC-19, that's an infection. All these different diseases that happens, in the past, the H1N1, all these different diseases that, came to pass, swine flu, that's what it is. It's a pestilence. And then a plague is what? A contagious bacterial disease. That's what monkeypox is. So yes, monkeypox is in the Bible. All right. How do you know that it's in the Bible? Because the scripture is telling you. This is dealing with what? The different events that will be occurring on the planet Earth before Yahushua is getting ready to come back. So this is how we know Yahushua is getting ready to come back in this present generation. All right. And then we read verse 7, pestilences, that's with an S. So there would be multiple disease outbreaks occurring on the planet Earth before Yahushua comes back, because these different signs that's occurring according to Matthew, the 24th chapter, all right, this is all end time prophecy. These are things that must come to pass before Yahushua comes back, because the scripture says what? All these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is the beginning, because now things are going to get worse as time goes on. So now I'm going to just end it off with this. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and all right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and will smite Egypt. Now, this is what occurred, back in ancient Egypt, all right? But this applies to right now, because Yahushua, he's going to deliver us. Yahweh, through Yahushua, is going to deliver us by the way of the so-called UFOs. Now, when you read Revelation 11 and 8, Babylon the Great, which is America, that great city, is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, because it keeps the same customs as the ancient Egyptians and as Sodom and Gomorrah and the 5 neighboring cities, which were known for what? Sodomy. All right. Idolatry. Just do your research on it. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues. There we go. Plagues with an S. Now, the ultimate plague we know is the thermonuclear missiles. All right. But on a basic level, you go into them disease outbreaks. Even with ancient Egypt, it was plagued before it was destroyed. So the same thing is happening within America. It says, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. That's what's going to happen in America. All right. The whole landmass of Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it, which ultimately is what? The thermonuclear missiles. All right, this is going to be the ultimate plague that's going to destroy Babylon the Great. And we can't wait for that. Lord willing, we'll be a part of the elect. So Lord willing, you was edified by this video. Shalom.